Hello everyone, in this lecture we will discuss NCERT class 6 chapter number 4 of science. Friends, if you have not watched the previous 3 videos of science, then please go and watch those videos. If you have any query and suggestion and questions regarding with the science subject, then please leave your suggestion and questions on comment box. If you do not have subscribed our channel, then please do share, subscribe and like the video. So let's start. Friends, there are hundreds types of items and materials which are available in our home. Friends, if someone says to categorize these objects, then what will we do? We will make a parameter, and on those parameters we will check these objects and collect in a group. Friends, these objects are made of various type of components, shape, color, material, dimension, etc. For example, if we said that we have to categorize those objects which are made of wood, then we will only collect and group those objects which are made of wood. For example, chair, table, bed, etc. Friends, if we have to say that we have to collect those items which are made of plastics, then what may be the common objects? Those may be bucket, lunch box, water container, pipe, etc. Friends, as we know, there are many types of ways to group these objects on the basis of shape, material, texture, color, purpose, etc. Friends, as we know, one object is made of different type of materials. These materials may be, for example, let we see glass, wood, plastic, cotton, cover, paper, mud, etc. Friends, if we have to say that we have to make a group of those items which are made of wood, then we will separate only wooden items, not the others. Friends, here two charts are given there. In the first chart, the first column represents the objects and the second column represents the material which is used for making those objects. For example, if the first example is plate or thali. Friends, plate and thali, what we see in our home, it is made of various type of materials. It may be made of steel, it may be made of glass, it may be made of fiber, it may be made of plastic, etc. If we took pen, we also know that there are various type of pens which are made of different type of materials. Some pen are made of plastic, some pen are made of woods, some pen made of metals. Friends, in the second chart, the first column represents the material which is used for making any object, and the second column represents the list of some objects which are made by using those materials. For example, if we use wood, then the wooden items may be chair, table, plow, bullock cart and wheels, and as any other objects. If we choose paper, then what will be the objects? It may be books, notebook, newspaper, toys, calendars, etc. Friends, I would say that you have to make 3 more name of those objects which are made of wood and paper, and here rest of the 3 materials which is leather, plastic and cotton. You have to name those 5 items which are made of leather, plastic and cottons respectively. Friends, proportion of materials. Friends, a single object is made of various type of materials. Some objects are made of single material and some objects are made of by mixing two or more materials. And due to the presence of these materials, those objects have some specific type of properties which makes them different from another object. Friends, here are some characteristics of the objects. The first one is appearance. Appearance, it means the physical look. What we see any object, it seems its appearance. So friends, materials usually likely differ from one to another. For example, wood differ from iron, iron differ from aluminium, aluminium differ from another materials. So this difference is also the fundamental part and responsible for the appearance of these objects also. Now, these objects have some common characteristics also, but on the basis of differences, they differ from one to another. Here, an example is given. If we collect the pieces of some materials such as paper, wire, iron, aluminium and cut those items. Friends, when we cut those items, what we see? We see that some objects are shining and some objects are not. This is because the texture and materials what is used in those objects. Some objects have the properties of shining and some objects have not. Friends, the extra information regarding with the texture and material of any object we will discuss in another further lecture, but here we will understand the basic information regarding with it. Friends, the shining of some material may become dull due to the presence of moisture, time and air friction. Friends, if we observe iron and wooden made object, what we see? We see that the texture, the dimension, the density of those two objects differ from each other. This difference is actually responsible for their appearance also. Friends, the second one is hardness. Hardness refers to that when we press any object, if it is in compressible form, then we see that this object is soft, and when we are not able to press any object which is made of a specific kind of material, then we say that this material is hard. So friends, those materials which can be compressible and scratched easily, those materials are called soft material. For example, mud, cotton, sponge, etc. And those materials which are not compressible and not easily scratchable, they are called hard materials. For example, iron, aluminium. Friends, here a figure is given and some of examples of hard and soft materials are given there. In the category of soft material, we have given clothes, wool and cotton. And in the category of hard material, we have given wood, plastic and a plate which is made of a specific kind of material. Friends, the third important characteristic is soluble and insolubility. Friends, in common manner those materials which are after mixing with the water does not appear in the water and loses its existence in the water is called soluble material. It means if we mix those materials in the water, we will not able to see those materials. Those materials takes the form of water, and those material which are not able to mix and appear in the water are called insoluble. So insoluble objects can be separated from the water by various type of methods. Friends, here again two charts are given. The first chart represents the substance, and those substances are given which disappear in the water and those substances which do not disappear in the water. So friends, if we take the first example, that is salt. Friends, salt is the commonly used material in our home. When in our kitchen the salt is mixed with the sabji or any food item, what we see? We see that the salt is totally mixed and we are not commonly able to separate these salt. The salt takes the form of those objects in which it is mixed. For example, if we take sugar, when in the summer we wish to make any kinds of juice or any kinds of material which is made of sugar, then as we put the sugar into water, the sugar mixes into the water and takes the color of water, and we don't see the sugar in the water. Friends, if we take chalk powder, then what we see? We see that the chalk powder is also soluble, but it has a distinct color. Due to this, the color of water become white. And the last one is sawdust. Friends, you have to observe and read the lecture and your book, then you have to do the same with the sawdust. Here in the second chart there are given some liquids, and in the second column we have to decide that whether these liquids are soluble in the water or not. For example, if we take vinegar juice, we see that the vinegar is totally soluble in the water. Friends, the second one is lemon juice. Friends, we have already used juice and lemon in our common daily life. Friends, when we make juice made of sugar and lemon, when we crush the lemon into water, what happens? The juice of lemon mixed into water easily, and we don't see the liquid of lemon. But friends, what about mustard oil, kerosene and coconut oil? Friends, here I want to say that in the water, those objects are soluble which have the same characteristic as the water have. If those objects which have different characteristic and properties than water, then those objects will not be soluble in the water. For example, mustard oil. Here a simple information is that the density of mustard oil and the properties of mustard oil differ from the water. So mustard oil will float on the upper layer of water, but it will not mix with the water. Same thing happen with the coconut oil, and same thing that happen with kerosene. So I hope you understand that for what reason mustard oil, coconut oil and kerosene is not soluble with the water. Friends, if you are not understandable to understand these chart, then please don't be hopeless. I will teach these subjects again in a different manner in further coming lecture in upper classes also. Friends, here we will see that floating or sinking in the water. Friends, when we mix the material into water, what happens? There may be two possibilities. The first one is the object will sink, or the second will be the object will float. In this situation basically appears due to some reasons. Friends, the important reason behind it is the variation of densities. Friends, those objects which have greater density than water, then those objects will sink into the water, and those objects which have lesser density than water, then those objects will float on the surface of water. So friends, in the previous chart, density was also responsible. Due to that, kerosene, mustard, coconut oil were floating on the surface of water, and they were not taking the depth of water. So here is the same situation. Friends, in the given figure, what we see? We see that the coin, key and some other small pieces of metals are sink into the water, and some vegetables, leaves and other objects are floating on the water. The simple reason is behind it, that variation of density. Friends, I hope you understand the reason behind floating or sinking the objects into water. Friends, here another characteristic is transparency. Friends, some objects, we use mirror in our daily life daily. When we go outside our home, we use the mirror for making good our face. So those objects, basically transparency is the properties of those materials which are able to become seen behind the object. It means these objects are called transparent material. Friends, when we look into those objects through which, if we stand one side and if the object is as like obstacle, and if we are able to see the other side of the object, then we can say that this object is transparent. Friends, you go to the shop and what you see? You see that there was a box like corner in front of the shopkeeper, and a wooden make frame and a mirror is fixed into that frame, and with the help of this mirror we are able to see the objects which are packed into the box like shape. So these mirrors are basically transparent objects. Friends, those materials which do not have the quality of transparency, those objects are called opaque. For example, friends, if we use any object which is made of iron, then if we want to see behind the iron, then we will not able to see that, because the iron has not any transparency properties. Friends, there are some other objects by which when we focus the light on it, the light passes through it, but we are not able to see anything behind these objects. These type of materials are called basically translucent. For example, paper, hand before light, and oily materials. Friends, you have done a thing in your childhood. When you got the torch, you may put the torch by lighting it into your hand. And what you see? You see that your hand looks like red color. So actually the light is passing through your hand, but your eyes are not able to see behind it. So these kinds of material are called translucent. Friends, in a figure, a boy is taking a sheet of ice. In first situation, it is very thick. You may say ice are made of any kinds of material. In first situation, the boy is not able to see the objects behind it. In the second situation, the object is little bit thinner, so the light can be passed, but the boy is not able to see. But in the third situation, the object is transparent and the boy is able to see anything behind this object. Friends, in the second situation, a torch light is falling on an object on which a partial amount of light is passing through it. It means this type of material comes under the translucent. Friends, here the summary of this lesson, that what we have learned. The first one is objects around us are made of large varieties of materials. Friends, we have thousands of materials which are made of various type of materials. Friends, a given material could be used to make a large number of objects. It is also possible that an object could be made a single material or many different type of materials. Friends, this point has already been discussed in the lecture, that some objects are made of single material and some objects are made of multiple materials. Friends, we have already seen about the properties of materials, that is thickness, hardness, transparency, compatibility, etc. Friends, we have also seen the shining nature of the materials, whether they are smooth, whether they are rough, and hardness and softness of materials also. Friends, we have already discussed solubility and insolubility of materials. Friends, we have also already discussed the transparency, opaque, and translucent of materials. We have also learned about how we can make a group of materials for our particular purpose. And friends, the basic for making this type of group is only for our comfortable and convenience. So friends, I hope you like the video and you may understand the facts and information what I was trying to say. If you have any query regarding with the subject, then please leave your suggestion and questions on the comment box. I will read those comments and I will try to answer your questions. Till then, stay safe and please do share, like, subscribe the video. Thank you.